Soaz has his own apartment.
Yeah.
Reckless has his own apartment, and the rest of us are all together in the same house.
Okay, but you still go to the office.
Yes.
So it's a different
across the
house.
street from our actual like gaming house,
Yeah.
I guess you could call it, but it's just our house because we don't game there.
House
Yeah.
in the middle of the street.
It's actually in the middle of the street.
Hey everyone, this is Darius from the Shotcaller, joined here by Bwipo, because officially we are the Bwipo fan channel now at this point.
Really?
Yeah, we have like this is 6th interview with you.
Really?
Yeah, because you did also a couple with Parks. Oh, you actually you had a burger at, what a burger? In and Out with Parks.
Yeah, it was good, he's chill. I like him. Cool guy, honestly.
Shout out to Parks, you're a cool guy officially. Shout out to our NA guy, make sure to view his interviews as well, they're pretty good.
Yeah, they're good. I like them.
Bwipo seal of approval on those. You know, like those Nintendo seals of approval? We just make a Bwipo version of that.
I mean, I don't know. Like, I know the one with me. I liked it. It was actually pretty funny. I mean, it was really it was obviously a little bit forced, but like the idea was there, you know, and I was willing to go for a try, and it turned out pretty okay, I think.
It was the TL trash one.
Oh, yeah.
We had a fun edit of it as well.
Yeah, I was just messing around. I was just making the most out of it, you know, just having a good time. I enjoyed it.
The edit of it was so beautiful. Like,
I didn't actually see. Oh, I actually didn't see that.
we posted it on Twitter multiple times as well.
Really?
Yeah, now you need to retweet it.
Gotcha, bro. I'll see what I can do.
But anyway, I believe the correct terminology to say what happened against Misfits was you showed those Misfits what's poppin'. Those bot lane is what's poppin'.
I mean, I didn't really. Like, bot lane was really stale. The matchup was pretty bad, but like we had the intention of picking Pyke to make sure that he could roam mid a lot and make sure that Caps is like comfortable on the Wukong. So like, as long as he doesn't fall behind, we knew the game was going to be good because generally speaking, Lucian has a really hard time team fighting against Wukong. So like, we knew that our bot lane matchup was going to be tough, and they were going to pick like Lucian plus laning support. In this case, it was Braum. So like we knew going into the game, you know, as long as we don't give them like Zyra Khan or whatever, so our Wukong just can't kill their AD. Later on, we'll be fine. So
did you ban Tom?
No, we didn't. We don't really mind Tom.
Okay.
I think if we have Pyke Gragas, I think it's really fine to play against Tom. Generally speaking, these champions that like have hooks or like knockbacks, like Tom eats somebody and then they whee together, and then it's a lot worse than, you know what I mean. Then it's 2 kills. So. They're good against 2 of our champions, but they're really bad against, like, they're good against 3 of our champions, but they're really bad against 2. So it's like we're okay with them picking Tom, and like they hadn't shown any history of picking Tom from our research. So we were just like, you know what, if they pick it, God bless, our lane will be better, and he might be a little bit annoying, but.
Yeah, Mickey is all about those playmaking supports, as much as Hylissang is as well.
He tried to make plays, but I don't think I've seen Glacial Fisher miss as much as this game. He tried. Like he kept doing. They kept doing the same thing. He was waiting in the bush and then throwing Braum to try and kill us, and it just, you know, like after the 4th time, we really knew, you know.
Unless your name is RNG, you can't death bush fanatic.
I mean, I don't think we were the ones death bushing and got fucked.
Yeah.
They did not death bush us.
Yeah. But you guys death pushed them. Well, kinda. I mean, you used
the same idea. Like RNG did the same thing to us. We were in the bush, but then they knew, and then it's the same thing we did to them, you know. So
exactly.
RNG taught us a lesson, and we made the most out of it.
You learn from your mistakes, so you're not.
Absolutely. No, like honestly, like I think that I'm gonna tweet it as well because I'm really proud of our team. But honestly, like our goon squad is no longer a goon squad only. You know, we're not just trying to get 20 kills in 10 minutes, trying to win the game by murdering everybody. We're actually playing a slow and controlled game where we play waves, we play like around pressure, we play League of Legends, not to kill people. Like, not only to kill people. We still want to kill people, but, you know, we're playing League of Legends. And I feel like that's the first game, like, we actually played League of Legends early game. Because, like, the other games, like, sometimes we slow down the game, like, really put it on lockdown, like, against Roccat. But, like, against Misfit, is from minute 1, we knew what our plan was, the invade, what we're going to do after the invade, how our jungle was going to path, like, how we want to play, where we want to play, like, you know, like, anybody who watched the game will notice that Hylissang went mid a lot, and I was dropping a lot of pressure at the time, and just all this stuff was all calculated, and it's all felt really good in terms of preparation and execution. So like we were on the ball and how we wanted to play the game, and we played League of Legends. So I'm pretty happy that we played League of Legends with the Goon Squad.
Very nice. Yeah. Was there ever a point in that game where you went like, oh, we might actually lose now, or was it just?
It was like when we got gang bot lane, you know, I was like, holy fuck, I have no counterplay to this. You know, like I was actually like, how do I outplay this? I'll rewatch it to see if I could flash something maybe better, but it looked really sketchy. Because even if I flashed the Braum Q, I felt like basically I have to flash the Braum Q and then I have to proc phase rush and run over the pillar. I think this is how I escape, but it's really hard. Like I have to basically be Faker. Like I have to pull off some Faker Rise play, and actually we did not practice much Rise at all.
And Faker is currently benched, so maybe that's not
but like, so we didn't practice that much Rise, so I wasn't really like super like confident on him. I lied. I'm super confident on Rise, but like
Please ban Rise against me.
I'm too confident, but like too confident for the amount of games that I had played on him recently. But when they banned Vladimir Swain first two, we were like, you know, like we wanted one of those. You know, like come on, give us one of those. And then the Heimerdinger for Soaz, of course. But you know, they really didn't want mages bot lane, but we were like, yeah, we have one more. We have one more mage, but he was the worst of the. He's not necessarily the worst, it's just rather he's more specific and he doesn't win lane in the same way. Like he's all about setting up ganks. I feel like 2v2 you have a lot less kill pressure, especially in the Braum, you know, it's not like you can just EW Braum and we set up a 2v2 kill, like Fiddlesticks can. So, you know what, we just conceded our lane and accepted that Hilly was just going to roam and do his thing, and that was our win condition, just playing through mid with Sejuani and Wukong, and Yasuo can't play the game.
So, should we blame you guys when we'll see a lot more mid lane Wukongs and also Q
I actually think like there's certain champions like Wukong that are like really OP in solo queue that are actually have room in competitive in the right lane, but nobody can play them.
Okay.
You know, like you can find it on the internet, you know, but for example, Quinn, I'm sure you can play the champion bot lane. This champion must be good bot lane. Like, I'm sure you can play Quinn bot. I'm sure you can play like Kled. You know, like you saw it in LCK today, Viper played it. Like this champion is a good champion. They tried a top lane, didn't go so well for Vitality. But like these hyper champions are like just high win rate champions that are just good. And I feel like if you find a situation or a reason to play them, they will pay off, like they will pay dividends, but you need to be able to find a comp for them as well as want to invest the practice because they're pretty coin flip. I can imagine you play 10 games of Quinn, it doesn't go as you expected, you know, and your Quinn isn't doing what you thought she was going to do. But luckily for us, our Wukong looks like it's doing what we wanted to do. It's killing the Nexus, so, and it's killing Hansama. He did not have much counterplay when he died.
Not having a fun game whatsoever. Ruining all those KDAs,
I mean,
man.
like, he had a fun game for 15 minutes, but like I feel like they didn't pressure as hard as they should have. I feel like they were actually really scared of us. Like, they were really scared of Broxa as well, because I believe he got 2 crabs this game. So, like, for some reason, they were really playing really, really safe, even though they had a better early game than us, which I don't understand. I think they had better early game jungle, better early game mid, better early game bot lane, and they did nothing. They did 0.
It's funny as well because like we were watching in the backstage area and we were watching it with a Tim Seventh-Ewan who's you know doing a lot of analytical work and stuff, and he was like, these guys need to win within 15 minutes and just snowball out of control, otherwise they just lost in draft essentially to you guys.
Oh yeah, I mean possibly, you know, like honestly, like I can see them like I think 15 minutes is a bit like of an overestimation. I think 25 minutes is usually where I would say we outscale, because then we have 3 items, so usually two core items and an armor item. Is what I'm thinking. But you know what I mean? Like that's basically how we felt as well. You know, as long as we play a slow and controlled game, eventually Lucian isn't going to like keep up, you know, like, and it's really tough for their comp to even kill any of us, because I don't feel like any of our champions were gonna like die to a trundle, like a pillar ult from Yasuo. So unless we're like in subjugate range already, but you know, if you're getting pillared in subjugate range and Yasuo ulted, you're really trolling, by the way. Like you're really trolling. So I feel like as long as he like played around the trundle ult properly and didn't get caught by that, plus you know, like a Braum stun follow up, knock up, blah blah blah, none of us could really die, because they were full AD, plus Mundo. But you know.
So, okay, enough about the actual video game. Because people don't care about the actual video game. No, they only care about the personality at this point. That's why they get pissed when, you know, players get benched and stuff. Because they're like, no, my favorite personality is not playing anymore. I don't care about the video game. I don't care about the team.
You want me to flame people?
No, I don't want you to flame people. I want you to talk to me about the living situation of Fnatic. Because I know that, because I know that Reckless has his own apartment. I know that Brox and Caps live together in an apartment. No,
they live in the same house as us. So Soaz has his own apartment.
Yeah.
Reckless has his own apartment, and the rest of us are all together in the same house.
Okay, but you still go to the office.
Yes.
So it's a different house.
Street from our actual like gaming house, I guess you could call it, but it's just our house because we don't game there.
House.
Yeah.
In the middle of the street.
It's actually in the middle of the street.
It's a good song. Okay.
Yeah, it's a good song. Across the street is our office,
Yeah.
and that's where we play League of Legends. That's where we meet up. You know, like 1:30 we have our meeting. So like we're talking, like for example, you know, George pulls up his PowerPoint. He's like, this is what we want to practice for today. Like this is the scouting, and like if we're getting close to like LCS days, like this is what we scouted. This is what we need to practice against. These type of plays will work on LCS stage. Blah blah blah. These other champions we want to practice today, you know, and obviously individually we discussed as well before. So like, you know, I'm sure Wukong's like, Caps goes to Dylan. He's like, I think Wukong could be a good champion. And then he practices in solo queue and then it works. And then Dylan's like, okay, the win rate's still good. Like, how's the build? Blah, blah. Okay, this makes sense. These matchups I can play it in. Let's play it in scrims, see how it works. That kind of routine. That all happens in those 30 minutes or like, you know, obviously a bit extended. Then we scrim from 2 to 5. Usually we eat just before or just before our scrim, so like during the meeting, people usually just have like we just eat and then watch Joey do his thing. He's just like giving us the rundown of the day, and then 2 to 5 scrims, play scrims, review them straight after 3 games, and 5 to 6 is break. Just take an hour break.
How many scrims in total do you have in a day?
6 in total. So we have the 2 to 5 block and the 6 to 9 block, and after that we're free. But we're obviously expected to play X amount of hours of solo queue. So usually in our team, that's like per player is like an extra 5 to 6 hours. Even after, like honestly, like we're really smurfing on solo queue. Like some do it in the morning, some do it in the evening. It depends on what the schedule is. Some go to the gym in the evening, some go to the gym in the morning. Like
some don't go into the gym at all.
I've been going to the gym.
Okay.
I've been going.
For how long?
Like I was going to the gym twice a week because I promised our manager until LA. Then I went to LA and then NA Lifestyle. So that died off for a week, and then now I'm going twice a week again. So
good job.
I started this week again, but hopefully NA Lifestyle doesn't get me again. No, I'm not going to LA, but it works out because me and Hilly are going together. So. That's cool, but yeah, that's basically the idea of our day, and then we just play solo queue, like we're all in the same room talking to each other and stuff, just trolling when we queue into each other. Not trolling, but you know, like we meme each other when we queue into each other, you know, unless someone's really sad. You know, like when he's like 15 kills and loses, you know, and you can just tell, you know, this guy had a rough day. Like this guy that had a BG. Leave him alone. But you know.
That's just how life is sometimes.
Caps still lets me know of the one time he started E on Zillion mid when I was playing Victor against him, and I went all in level 1 and his jungle level 2'd me. He went Glacial on Zillion with E level 1.
Yeah, I feel like you've gone over the summer.
And I went all in with Victor because he didn't have any spells ranked. I was like, he doesn't have bombs, so I'm just gonna go all in. And he E-slowed me, and his Jax jungle fucking killed me. And I was like, and then I was like, all right, you got me once, you know. And then I TP back, and then it happened again.
Ouch.
I was really pissed, by the way. He went EW, like he went E level 1 into W, so he could slow me again level 2. And I was like, oh my god, like what is happening?
Damn,
He was
he really had a vengeance for you in that moment.
I mean, yeah, he still lets me. This was like 6 months ago, you know, and he still lets me know, you know. He's like, he reminded me like yesterday. He's like, yeah, you remember
that one time?
Yeah, he went all in on Victor level 1, and my Jax jungle killed you because I started E level 1. I was like, holy fuck, just leave me alone. Whatever, man. So like, we're just really trolling, like.
That reminds me of the time that Skies beat Donkey in Smash.
Something like that. Same idea. Yeah, it's cool. I'm really enjoying our lifestyle, I guess.
You know what Caps kind of reminds me of? He reminds me of Goku.
Goku?
Yeah, because A, he played Wukong today.
Okay, fair enough.
B, he's this friendly character that just is like,
Don't
you
hurt
know,
my friends.
don't have no, but he's like, you know, just kind of having fun, and like he doesn't seem like he can be that evil and that kind of stuff.
I mean,
but then he goes super ham and goes super saiyan against BDD and all the enemies.
I guess, yeah, like it's the same idea, right? Like,
New narrative.
Maybe. I don't know. It's just he's Caps. Like I don't think there's a character I can relate Caps to, like 100%, because he's just Caps. I actually think Dylan is very similar to Caps.
Oh yeah, I see that.
Dylan is very similar to Caps. I think he's Caps, but 10 years older. I think.
I see that for sure.
Actually, like I actually think they're pretty similar, but I think I really like them both. Like they have a lot of passion for the game. Like Dylan, for example, right now is playing like 15 games of AP Tryndamere in solo queue. Like this guy plays more solo queue than me in the off season, by the way.
And it's AP Tryndamere.
I mean, like right now it is. Like he has like his moments, you know. Sometimes he randomly starts playing Singed, randomly starts playing Evelyn. Like picks a random champion. He's like, oh, this champion looks funny. So he plays it like 15 games of Kled Jungle as well. Like this guy just picks a random champion and thinks it's funny, you know. Like goes
roll the dice.
Yeah, basically, you know. But like he's still playing the game and he has a lot of passion for the game and he's making sure that he understands what's going on. So I like that a lot in Dylan. Caps is the same. You know, he just plays the game all day, every day. And just
do you have a character that you can relate to? Fictional.
Not that I know of. I don't know myself well enough, I think. Someone can find me a character, you know, and I'll judge, you know, and be like, maybe.
Like, yeah, but have you never like watched, I don't know, Dragon Ball as a kid and go like,
of course. It's just like, you know, like, is there any character that like unknown jumps in, wins LCS. Everyone's still like skeptical because he's a cocky cunt. Then goes MSI, plays okay, not very like he didn't do anything special, but everyone's like, he's a rookie, so it's okay. He played well for a rookie. Is basically the narrative. Then goes into summer split, and apparently he's a bot laner now. So like he's a bot laner, and then he smurfs in bot lane for the first week, and then it's like meh for the next. Like I think I played meh most of the other games. Like I had a few really good games and a few really bad meh games, but I think that's been my career basically.
If you
I think
guys,
that's my personality actually, like not personality, but that's like moral of the story for me is like
you are a coin flip.
honestly, yeah, but like the lower end of the 50-50 is not nearly as bad as the higher end of the 50-50 can be. I think at least.
Okay, so it kind of balances out on the positive.
I think it's a 50-50, but not really in the sense that like if it goes bad, it goes bad. Spice game. I was dirty Inter. But then you have the good games, you know, like the Vitality game I was playing on Swain, which wasn't, that's a bad example, but like versus Kingzone, you know, the Ornn game, I think I played pretty well. I had a pretty good game. Just, you know, like if I have a good game, I have a good game. You know, like I will be a driving force for killing the enemy nexus. But I understand that I'm a lot less consistent, which is why I'm happy that we played very consistently today. I felt like, you know, I was doing something even though I wasn't trading or fighting or whatever, because this is what I'm like always forcing. Like I'm always forcing fights and stuff because I feel like it's the optimal way of putting pressure on the enemy is just like taking priority when you shouldn't have it. This is what I've always taught myself to be. Like always taught myself this is what you need to do in top lane is have priority when you shouldn't have it.
That's a nice.
Because no, like in certain matchups you're not allowed to have it.
Yeah.
But if you can fight for it anyway and like play into that and get it, it can mean a lot. So, you know, I tried to fight for priority when I didn't have it against Rumble and I died, level 3. So yeah, but that's what I mean, you know, like just this type of playstyle is obviously not always good, and I feel like I've been practicing a lot of specific champions that are good at like playing smarter, slower. I got to show it on the Rise today, which is not necessarily a good champion at it, but he's fine. We had other champions in mind that we wanted to play today, but I'm not going to leak that immediately. You will see next week, most likely, if I'm still playing bot lane by then, because at the end of the day, we have brought Reckless back into practice. We are bringing him back to see what we can do with him and what drafts are working for us with him and what isn't. Because I think the biggest reason we haven't played him is because I got most of the games and we didn't know where to go with the drafts. Because with me, the draft's really simple, right? And you ban Swain or Yasuo, and if they don't, you pick them. You know, and then you know, you go 4 or 5 and you have like 15 champions you can choose from bot lane because it's, you know, I could play any bruiser in the game, and as long as the matchup is good, we're gonna roll it. So I feel like that's a lot of power in draft, but it's also very random, you know. All of a sudden you see Gangplank showing up, like, you know, we knew we were gonna play it and we knew it was gonna be a good matchup, because, you know, it kills turrets, kills farms like a monster.
GP is, we saw him twice today, was it? Or just once, I think. Against Unicorns he got played today.
Not as any carry, did he?
Pretty sure bot lane Gangplank, yeah.
Wait, I played that.
They copy you.
Really? Someone else did? Who?
Wait, who did? Schalke. Didn't they play bot lane today?
I have no idea. I don't think they did. Can Upset play Gangplank? I don't think this guy can play Gangplank.
Maybe not as good as you, but I'm pretty
Did
sure.
he actually play Gangplank?
Dude, like...
Schalke did not play Gangplank today. He was playing... I'm pretty sure he was playing Lucian. Was he playing Lucian?
Or did they play Gangplank top?
I'm pretty sure if they...
No, Visitaggio was on Poppy.
Dude, I don't know. You're really trolling.
I'm trolling.
I really don't think they...
But I think I read a tweet today, but like how... It doesn't make sense because I watched the game and now I see it. No, it's weird.
I really...
My brain... Dude, when you watch like 10 games a fucking day, your brain just shuts off at one point. Like it just becomes one giant blur
it's fine.
of maelstrom.
I think, you know, it's just... The idea is that we can basically pick any champion in League of Legends and put a bot lane.
I'm an idiot. No, it was what you played, and I forgot the timing of the tweet was yesterday.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I got you.
Yeah, no, I got it figured out now.
Yeah, I got you.
Okay, so if you guys, I tried to say this like 4 minutes ago, but you just always keep on rambling, dude. If you guys, and the camera's still rolling, like I'm the entire time like looking because I tried to set it to like 10, maybe 12 minutes. Nah, no chance when I'm with Bwipo. But if you guys can think of a character for Bwipo that you go like, oh, that's actually pretty simple. similar, you know. You can just as long as the character has like a wiki entry, so you know, like I don't need to know it, you don't need to know it, but like a character from Berserk, for example, and then you just link to the wiki. That would be super cool.
Yeah, no, I look forward to it. I hope you get the cockiest kid so I can laugh. You know, that would be a good laugh.
Okay, at hashtag, I give players a hashtag at the end of an interview. So you can decide on a hashtag, and then people that watched until now will put as a sign that they've watched until now, put the hashtag in the comments, and that way us two know, wow, those are really cool people because they watched till the end, you know. 20 minutes, that's a lot of time, man. So what's the hashtag?
Hashtag Monkey King.
I like it a lot. Hashtag Monkey King, put that in there. Anything you want to say? Final words. Please keep it within...
Yeah, no, I got you. 30 seconds or something like that.
30 minutes.
Thanks everyone for watching. Thanks for supporting us. I know Reckless isn't on the lineup, and I say this every time, but it's because we think like he also approves of this. Don't get us wrong. We're not benching him because we want to, but we're trying to look what we can do with him so we can bring him back into practice because we do think he'll be a valuable asset coming into playoffs, coming in even to the end of the split, end of summer. As well as Worlds, of course, because we don't think that what we're going to do is going to be sustainable. Playing two top laners on one lineup. At the end of the day, I think I've been playing more bot lane than top lane for the past few weeks, so I'm kind of a bot laner now, like fully committed, but still looking forward to bringing back Reckless. So thanks for all the patience, I guess, for the people that want to see him. And thanks for all the support.
Maybe you need a haircut like him and you'll be as popular as him. All the tattoos.
I do it like this. The Swedish haircut.
Thank you very much. This was Bwipo, and this was Darius from the official Bwipo fan YouTube account. Thank you very much for watching. Bye-bye.
Thanks, bros.
Jesus Christ. It's like never fucking below 20 minutes with you, I swear to God.
Yeah, sorry, bro.
Hey everyone, this is Darius from the Shotcaller, and I hope you just enjoyed that video. This is a generic end card, of course, so make sure to click here for a different interview, or here for a different interview, or about here to subscribe to the Shotcaller. We very much appreciate your support, and see you guys next time. Bye bye.